Good morning, Facebook. It's just past 12. It's actually afternoon. Good afternoon, Facebook. Welcome to Divinely Classic. Welcome to Birmingham, UK. My name is Ewainu Saraboy Sangbedo. I am your host on Divinely Classic. I hope everybody is doing well. If you're here, kindly help me share this video. Kindly like, comment, follow our page. The caption for today's video is the 4 numbers that control your health. We're talking about health. That's what we do on this platform. We promote healthy living. We educate people on the effects of not living a healthy lifestyle, and just generally trying to encourage people to do better with their health, because at the end of the day, you have a huge role in the management of your health and well-being. So yeah, the topic for today is I'm just trying to share. Give me a minute. Let me just try share on my Facebook, my personal Facebook. Okay, give me a minute. I'm sharing. Story. Yes, I have. Right, I can start talking now. So our last video, we talked about knowing your numbers, and that's something that we're preaching all through this month. Know your numbers, know your numbers. And today we are talking about the 4 numbers. There are 4 key numbers that affect our whole body. And if you know those numbers and you're keeping an eye on them, it will reduce your risk of having some illnesses. Okay. Before I talk about the numbers that we need to know, the 4 numbers, I'm going to do a quick follow-up on the last video that I did. Thank you so much to everybody who's responded positively to that video. And something that I came across on Facebook again, and no, I didn't, excuse me, I didn't fight with anybody this time. But I was going through a post this morning on Facebook, and I seen something that related to what we talked about the last time. And this time it was about somebody who died. The person was ill. I think she went to a religious center and that person died. Whether the person died there or died at home, I'm not too sure of the facts. I was curious and I went through the comment section. I was just reading. But something that came to me while reading those comments, somebody mentioned that a lot of reliance on religious centers for your health is because our system is failing people. The Nigerian health system is failing people. People have essential tests that they need to do. Somebody was mentioning that they had to do what is called endoscopy to check their GI tract, but they can't afford it. And it occurred to me, that's one of the reasons, people can't afford these things. The health system, unlike other developed countries where you can get free health care, we don't have that luxury back home in Nigeria. And a lot of charities are coming up now trying to support as much as they can. Well done to them. But this is again a message to our leaders. It's not fair, it's not right. If you can travel abroad and access good health care, your children can travel abroad and access good health care, but you're not making provision, even though you get the money to do that annually. There's a budget for health care. So it's not right. On that note, something that I wanted to do, and it will be for the first 4 people that show interest. I thought just preaching and preaching is not enough. Telling people, know your numbers, but what can I actually do? What can we do as a platform, Divinely Classic, to support this theme of the month for people to know their numbers? So I thought, okay, we could actually gift 4 people a blood pressure machine, because there were some people that was mentioning that, their doctors have told them to measure their blood pressure. They can't afford the machine. I think they have to go to the hospital to do it, and you have to pay. So I thought, okay, if it's just that that little thing that we can do as a brand, Divinely Classic, would do it. So yeah, this is to the 4 first people that will indicate interest for a blood pressure machine in Nigeria. That's where I can do that at the moment. And not just indicating, not just the 4 people that can indicate interest, but you indicate interest and there is a genuine indication that you need it. So, you know, I will have to check. Sounds funny. You say, oh, how much is blood pressure machine? Yeah, but I want you to go to the people that really need it. Okay. So if you say, yeah, I need it, you have to tell me why you need it. I don't even want it in the comment section. If you want to put it there, that's fine. But if you want to private chat me, please do. But you have to like show why you need it. It might not be for you. It might be for your elderly parents who are ill. You know, we have elderly ones. You know, when you get to a certain age, they become ill. So if you are that person, send me a message. Like I said, the 4 first people that will indicate interest will have, I might send money to their account to get a blood pressure machine. So you just keep an eye on your vitals. It's very essential. And most times the 4, blood pressure machine, they do have, a pulse reading, which is what's measuring your heart rates. So blood pressure machine is a very good thing to have at home, especially when you're over 40. It's very, very good to have. So yeah, indicate interest, write it in the comment section and let me know. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Anyway, talking about the 4, just to quickly add that I had to do a bit of research. I had to check how much blood pressure machine is in Nigeria. So before we go any further, and I've seen some on Jumia. I think it's an online platform where they sell them for 13,000 naira, 14,000 naira. So I'm going to be giving whoever is going to get it 15,000 naira. So whatever is left is for the postage, or if you need to add more to the postage. If you decide to get something more expensive, that's up to you. But it's 15,000 naira for the first 4 people that will indicate interest and have a genuine need to have a blood pressure machine at home. I know 1,000,001 people would need it. I know that for a fact, but that's what we can afford as Divinely Classic for now. So yeah, please share this video. Please like, please comment. Back to today's topic. We're talking about the 4 numbers that can control your health. These 4 numbers are very essential. You need to know them. Guess what? What's the first one? Drum roll, blood pressure. You need to know your blood pressure. You need to keep an eye on your blood pressure. And you say, oh, what's blood pressure? What's the hype about blood pressure? Blood pressure is the measurement of the force of blood that is going through your body, that is going through your blood vessels. And we know that when we talk about blood pressure, you talk about the heart. So if you have high blood pressure, that means something is going to have, affect the heart. High blood pressure means, you know, the blood, the force that the blood is pushing against the arteries is too much, a lot more than it should be. That's why it's high. Then if you've got low blood volume, which will affect your blood pressure, is going to be too low. So there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance between the high and the low. That's why there is a set numbers that you should be having. And again, that number can vary. For some people, like younger people, smaller people, they might have consistently low blood pressure. That doesn't mean they are ill. It might be the blood pressure that they are that they have. And then for some people that are bigger, some people that are older, they might have a little bit high blood pressure, but not too high, as long as it's maintained, as long as you keep an eye on it. And you say, oh, what's the ideal blood pressure? According to the NHS website, it says the ideal blood pressure is, this is for 18 years and above. So if you're 18 and above, this is the ideal blood pressure that you should be having. It says 90/60 to 120/80. Some people might argue though, that say, oh, some people say 120/80 to 140/100. But apparently when it's 121/81, that means it's not high, but you are at risk of high blood pressure. Once it's consistently 121, 150, and 130, as it's going, that means you are at a higher risk of having high blood pressure. And then when it's over 140/90, then that is considered high blood pressure. And again, it says from over 80, people that are over 80, they tend to, you know, they can have high blood pressure. That's because the integrity of the blood vessels have been weakened over the years. You know, somebody that is over 80, you know, our bodies do change as we get older, like I've consistently said on this platform. And again, there will be slight variation in everybody's BP. There will be slight variation. I'm not going to dwell on each numbers that we're talking about. But as we get on all through the month, I will be doing more videos on this one. Then I can explore, do more on the blood pressure, do more on the blood sugar, on the cholesterol level, and the BMI. So yeah, the first number that you need to know that controls your health is your blood pressure. So people, keep an eye on your blood pressure. The second number is your blood glucose levels. Your blood glucose level causes diabetes. If it's too high, it's going to make you have diabetes. It's not just because you had it now, then you say, oh, you're diabetic. No, it's, when it's consistently high over a period of time, and you can do a blood test. HbA1c is called. That will tell you how what number your blood pressure is, and if it's too high, then that's a problem. Because this, like I said in my last video, if you have one illness, if you've got cardiac issues, it's going to affect the whole body. If you have high blood sugar, it's going to affect the whole body. So the blood sugar level is the second number that you need to keep an eye on. If you do the blood test, the blood test for checking for your sugar, the numbers are different from when you do what is called a capillary blood glucose. The capillary blood glucose is the one where you have to do the prick on your finger and you test it if you got the machine. But the blood test is an actual proper test that you need to do to check. I think for your capillary blood glucose, over 4 to 8 to 10, that's all right. Below 4 is hypo. Hypo isn't good as well. Hypo isn't good. Over 8, 10, then you're gearing towards hyperglycemia, which is high blood glucose. That's when you do capillary blood glucose. But when you do a blood test, the result is different. I think it's 10. If it's over 10 for your blood test, for your HbA1c, then it is high. And again, like I said, each week I'm going to dwell more on each topic. So I'll give you the actual figures that you need to know. That's for your blood glucose. Then for the third number that you need to know is your cholesterol level. If you know, last month was our cholesterol month. We talked about people knowing their cholesterol, people going to check. And I didn't want to be a hypocrite. I went to check mine. Thank goodness mine is fine by the grace of God. So cholesterol levels is something that you need to check, because cholesterol levels is what you say, what is cholesterol? This is the buildup of fatty deposits in your bloodstream, and then it's going to cause what is called the plaque, which can break, go through the blood and cause stroke, cause different illnesses. So yeah, know your cholesterol levels. According to NHS, again, your total cholesterol level should be below 5. So 5 and below your total cholesterol level. You can go further to check what your HDL levels are and what your LDL levels are. Your HDL levels are the high density lipoprotein, and your low LDL is your low density lipoprotein. So you can check them. Like we said, you have to do a blood test to know your cholesterol levels. And again, I know in some places these things are not cheap. That's why we are, sometimes you say, oh, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. But when you're not offering resources for people to do these things, you're just talking. Hopefully our governments can do better in terms of healthcare, and well done to what they've been doing before and people that have been benefiting from the healthcare. Apparently they said there's some provision, some free provision. I don't know how far that's true, but I think if you're pregnant, you do have some free healthcare back home in Nigeria. Again, I stand to be corrected. I don't know how far that is true. So yeah, that's the third one that you need to know, your cholesterol levels. Do a blood test. And even if you can afford to do a blood test for now, try to engage in activities that will reduce your blood cholesterol. You can say, how can I do that? Again, we'll expatiate more when we do the video on cholesterol. But you can do it by adjusting your diet. Reduce the food that contains LDL. LDL is the bad cholesterol, and you get it from saturated fat. That is fat that can be solid when in a room temperature. Your vegetable oils are good. Your nut oil are good. They've got good fats. Your avocado, your nuts, they've got good fat. So yeah, you can be doing, if you can't afford to do a blood test, you can be doing the things that you can do. Reduce weight. If you're overweight, it does affect. do exercises, eat your fruit and veg, try to cook healthy. Again, people might say, oh, because you're abroad, you're saying this, but we have vegetables back home. You know, we have vegetables. Vegetables are healthy. The vegetables we buy here for a lot of money, you know, we have them back home. Different vegetables, actually. So, yeah, do what you can do. Instead of just moaning about what you can do, just do the changes that you can do concerning your health. And then the fourth number that you need to know is your BMI. That is your body mass index. And you say, what is body mass index? Body mass index is a calculation of your height, your weight, and your age that would determine how the number would determine if you are healthy or if you are not. There are lots of criticism about that method of checking for health, but overall, it is a good way. And one good thing about it is it kind of reiterates the fact that obesity is bad. Well, not bad, but not ideal for your health. So if you are ill, if you're on the plus side, you have increased risk of having some illnesses, and that is not good. So when they calculate your BMI, because they'll take your weight into consideration, they'll take your height into consideration, and they'll take your age into consideration, and sometimes they even take your sex. So if you're a male or a female, it's going to affect your BMI level. And they check it. If it's too high, then that is not good for your health. So people, check your numbers, know your numbers, do what you can do. The 4 numbers, I'm going to end this video now because I've been fasting and I'm hungry, and that's my food. I just want to eat now. That's my hot drink. I've got a cup of lemon and water that I'll be drinking. So it's almost getting cold now. So I'm going to end this video. So people, know your numbers, 4 numbers that you should know concerning your health. The first one is your blood pressure. The second one is your blood sugar levels. The third one is your cholesterol levels. The fourth one is your body mass index. I'll end this video now. You have a good afternoon this afternoon. Now take care. Bye-bye.